Hello and welcome to another session on advertising. Today we are going to deal with advertising strategies, and the expert is Simrat Gulati, who has many years of experience in the advertising industry as well as academics. We see that advertising is the communication about a brand, product or service. It is done to promote, create awareness or inform. To achieve this, the complete strategy and structure is planned out. This is what we are going to discuss today, the advertising plan. An advertising plan consists of advertising objectives, segmentation and target audience, message strategy, media strategy. The ad objective is the aim of giving an ad or the purpose of the ad. This would consist of any one or more of the following. To do the entire selling job, as in mail order marketing, to introduce a new product by building brand awareness among potential buyers, to force middlemen to handle the product, pull strategy, to build brand preference by making it more difficult for middlemen to sell substitutes, to remind users to buy the product, retentive and continuity strategy, to publicize some change in marketing strategy, for example, a price change, a new model or an improvement in the product, to provide rationalizations for buying, that is, socially acceptable excuses. To combat or neutralize competitors, advertising and marketing efforts prevent brand switching. To improve the morale of dealers or salesmen, to acquaint buyers and prospective buyers with new uses of the product. Depending on the target segment and target audience identified, the advertising will handle these objectives. So usually the ads that make comparisons between two brands by showing performance or features or by comparing prices are preventing brand switching or fighting the competitors' efforts. Ads giving new ideas for using the product like honey can be used in many ways, or how chocolates are a substitute for mithai, which is used in Indian festivals or occasions that have the objective of acquainting the buyers and prospective buyers with new uses of the product to increase sales and to add a new segment in the market. Ads can talk of a new product or brand to introduce it in the market. They can announce new features or changes in the existing brand. They can remind the target audience about the brand to build familiarity with the brand and to maintain continuity. After the objective has been identified, then the creative and message strategy is decided. Let us look at creative strategy. This is to do with the content and design and presentation of the message. Under content, we have two choices of approach. Advertising approach can be rational or emotional. Rational approaches are based on facts and figures. By telling the features and attributes of the brand or product, we are able to convince the TA. The approach could be inoculative or refutational or comparative. Inoculative approach is when a message is designed to strengthen the beliefs of the consumer and fight any attack by the competitors. You build immunity to any competitive messages or assault. Brands that accept that they are more expensive than others, but it makes better sense to use this brand is one such example of the inoculative approach.
Verified technology, sir. Sir, try कीजिए. इसी हमारी कंपनी का तो नाम ही काफी है सर.
फुल सेफ्टी हाफ प्राइस पे.
एक मिनट. इसमें कम से कम 1 करोड़ वायरस कीटाणु होंगे. इसे प्यूरिफाई करके
सर ये कुछ ज्यादा नहीं होगा सर.
आप
वायरस सर.
बिग कंपनी.
सॉरी सर, आज मेरा फास्ट है. लाइए, मुझे दीजिए. प्योरेट 1 लीटर पानी में 1 करोड़ वायरस निकाले और दे उबले पानी जितना सुरक्षित पानी.
Refutational approach is where claims made by competitors are directly refuted or contested. It's like an open attack on the assertions made by others. The idea is to fight back or disapprove the competitor.
प्लेन से रेस लगाएगी?
इतनी जल्दी नहीं है यार, वैसे भी घर ही जाना है, माँ इंतजार कर रही है।
महिंद्रा स्टैलियो, जिंदगी में आगे निकलने के लिए जरूरी नहीं जिंदगी को पीछे छोड़ दे।
ओए जंप तो करेगी?
Comparative approach is where a comparison is made on price or features or performance and the superiority of your own brand is proved. We have numerous examples of brands of detergents comparing on price or cleanliness factor.
आखिर सवाल है देश की शान का, इसलिए मैं भरोसा करती हूँ नए एरियल 24 आवर फ्रेश पर।
Cars compare themselves with other cars by drawing a table of features and then tick marking the ones available with them and not with others. Brands also compare themselves with others on the basis of nutrients or content or effect. Importantly, in some messages, the competition is openly named and in others, it is only implied. This depends on the kind of information and the supporting proofs available. This, of course, is discussed in detail under the legal issues of advertising. Emotional approaches, as the name suggests, deal with delivering the message on the basis of touching some emotion of the target audience. So we have many options for designing the message, right from humor, which we see in many ads of adhesive or mouth fresheners or cold drinks. Funny situations are shown which make the recall of the brand easy. Fear is an element used in ads for life insurance, toothpastes, fairness creams, and mosquito repellents. An important thing to remember is that fear is not in terms of horror, but only more in terms of what would be the bad or negative effects of not doing or using something.
अगर नहीं करोगे तो सारे मुंह में होगा कीटाणुओं का हमला, सफेद दांत हो जाएंगे बिल्कुल काले भूत जैसे। लेकिन पेप्सोडेंट सिर्फ 2 मिनट में कीटाणुओं को कर सकता है फिनिश, इसलिए कीटाणु पेप्सोडेंट से बहुत डरते हैं। 95% तक कीटाणुओं का सफाया सिर्फ 2 मिनट में। पेप्सोडेंट जर्मीचेक प्लस।
Romance as an emotion is easy to understand. Ads use it so often, showing this aspect of life in messages for jewelry, diamonds, soaps and paints. The mood created works wonders for the brand and its usage and recall.
कुछ खास है हम सभी में, कुछ बात है हम सभी में, बात है खास है, कुछ स्वाद है, क्या स्वाद है जिंदगी में।
कैडबरीज डेयरी मिल्क, असली स्वाद जिंदगी का।
Family affection, especially that of children, is another emotion seen quite often in ads of today. Love and affection of the family members and how the brand is part of it is shown in the ads for snacks, cold drinks, loans and investments, and also household goods. The impact of the messages through these emotions. How these approaches are to be communicated is the next step of the message strategy. This is what is referred to as the advertising appeal. The method used to convey the message or the presentation of the communication is the advertising appeal. Kinds of advertising appeals: to use a celebrity or to use a jingle or song or to show a real life situation are some examples of the kind of appeals used. Following is a list of the kinds of appeals seen in ads. Storyline is where a story is created and the brand is a part of it. Like how chocolates can be used for occasions and how a cream is useful for various applications and needs.
अरे भाई साहब कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
ये खास है लालटेन के लिए।
यहाँ लालटेन वालटेन कोई नहीं है।
नहीं रहते हैं। हमारे बचपन के दोस्त हैं मिस्टर लालटेन।
Excuse me, please.
साहब ये लालटेन।
Cadbury celebrations.
रिश्ते
अबे ओ कुतुब मीनार, ओ तेरी तो लालटेन। हैप्पी दिवाली। हैप्पी दिवाली। हैप्पी
तो कुछ ज्यादा ही लंबा हो गया।
अरे लंबा इसलिए हो गया क्योंकि मैं ये खाता हूँ। अबे अंदर चला।
कैडबरी सेलिब्रेशंस का रिच ड्राई फ्रूट कलेक्शन, ऐसी मिठास जो दोस्ती को बनाए और भी खास।
Problem solution is where a problem is posed and then the brand gives the solution or is the solution for it. An example of this would be where the dentist says that even she had a problem with hot and cold foods till she found this toothpaste for sensitive teeth.
क्या आपके मसूड़ों में तकलीफ है? क्या आपके टूथपेस्ट में नमक है?
टूथपेस्ट में नमक?
हाँ, नए कोलगेट एक्टिव सॉल्ट में नमक है।
इसका अनोखा फॉर्मूला अनदेखे कीटाणुओं को हटाए ताकि मसूड़े बने स्वस्थ और दांत जड़ से मजबूत।
टेस्ट भी बढ़िया है।
कोलगेट, डेंटिस्ट का सुझाया नंबर 1 ब्रांड।
Chronology is the method of giving a story over time, like what used to happen earlier and now what happens, or relating it to history of the times. Hair oils use this method to show that the formula is very similar to what our grandmothers used to recommend.
Oil the hair every time we shampoo. पर time कहाँ?
Garnier Fructis Shampoo Plus Oil cleanses like shampoo, cares like oil. A blend of shampoo and oil for nourished, healthy hair. Hair's so much stronger and shinier. Now it's chumpy every time you shampoo.
And no chip chip.
No time to oil? New Garnier Fructis Shampoo Plus Oil 2-in-1.
Take care.
Special effects and fantasy deals with all kinds of imaginary characters, computer graphics, music and animation. An apt example here is of a brand of biscuits showing the world of children made up of things to eat. The river is of cream, the sun is made of butter and jam. All kind of animated characters are also part of this kind of appeal. Also, ads using characters from fairy tales, comics or mythology like Batman, Hanuman or fairies etc. are good examples.
एक अजनबी अंडा लेके लुढ़क के आया पास, उसमें से निकला कछुआ। पर जय हो पंखों वाली मैया, तूने उसे भी गोद लिया। फिर एक दिन
हमारे बाल गोपाल उड़ने का वक्त आ गया, नर्वस होइएगा नहीं। चल तुम मुसाफिर उड़ गई रे उड़ने वाली चिड़िया। मम्मी भैया से कहो दीजिए वो डॉक्टर है, उड़ नहीं पाएंगे। अरे कछुआ भैया भी दौलत है।
बिग बबूल, यह बड़े काम की चीज।
Testimonial could be from a user or a beneficiary. The good effects or the positives are highlighted and first-hand information obtained. Shampoos and stain removers use this kind of an appeal. Satire or spoof is another interesting appeal. Here, fun is made of some concept or some brand and the message is conveyed. Ads using the familiar voices of known personalities or making fun of the system come under this category.
सुनिए मिस्टर अरे रुकिए रुकिए
कभी किसी से प्यार मत करना
हाँ ये वही है
मुबारक हो
भाई मुबारक हो
Hey, presenting the flash mirror offer. Get caught with the Mumbai Mirror and win 1 crore worth of prizes.
Spokesperson or personality is the appeal where a person is used to represent the brand. It could be a celebrity or any other representative of the brand, and this person becomes the face of the brand. Sports stars, film stars, experts and reps of brands are used in this kind of an appeal.
Kings. I'm Shah Rukh Khan and I'm proud to be part of Tag Heuer's legend. History begins every morning.
Demonstration, as the name suggests, is to show the working or the performance of the product. How it functions or how it is to be used or how effective it is are all the kind of ads that come under this category. Ads that show how a detergent works or how much of dishwashing liquid to use or how an appliance works are good examples of this kind.
तो फिर आज से 15 रुपए नया विंड्रॉ
Suspense can be in many ways. One is to make an incomplete message and continue it later. This is what is called a teaser ad, where the communication is in parts and everything about the brand is not revealed initially. It is usually done when some new feature or brand is to be launched. There is a mystery to it so that people's interest is maintained. The other kind of suspense is wherein the ad itself, some activities are shown which is not understood initially, so people get interested to follow the message.
Nescafe. Switch on the best in you.
Gosh, I'm so filmy. He's just a regular guy. एक बैडमिंटन गेम के लिए तो पूछ ही सकती हूँ.
Ad showing numerous people jogging and one wonders what they are up to. Finally, we get to know that it is for a mobile service. Thousands of different colored balls falling all over. It's an ad for an LCD television. Slice of life is the appeal where a true-to-life situation is taken and the brand fits into it. It could be a problem solution type of a situation, or like insurance companies show families making plans for the future, or even ads showing festivals and marriages and the rituals being followed, all showing some real happenings from daily life.
संजू,
मुसीबतें बता के नहीं आती.
संजू,
You scared me.
इसलिए मैक्स न्यूयॉर्क लाइफ के लाइफ इंश्योरेंस प्लान्स. लाइफ में रहें हमेशा तैयार.
Analogy is where a parallel is drawn between the brand, its usage and an example from real life. Pain reliever ointments compare the body and its parts to a machine, or people and their personalities are compared to multigrain food, or at times the dry skin is shown looking very similar to parched land.
हिमानी फास्ट रिलीफ कंधा घुटना कमर दर्द मिटाए चुटकी में.
Another kind of analogy is where some microscopic parts are shown in an enlarged diagram and a demo of how the cream or maybe a washing powder works is seen. The pores of the skin are shown, or bacteria are shown, or maybe the weave of the cloth is seen in detail and then the action is visible. An interesting example here is of an ad for chips that are very spicy and how a flying kiss sent after eating the chips sets the shirt pocket on fire.
Spicy red chili और crunchy potato chips का धमाकेदार combination. Bingo red chili bijli chips. Bingo, no confusion, great combination.
Advertising and its effects. How advertising works. An important aspect of planning out the ad concerns the models of processing the information or the message. The strategy and appeals give form to the ad, but it is this simple model of the effect of the communication which decides the structure of the ad.
चलती अंगीठी और बिजली के नंगे तारों पे क्यों नहीं फिसलते?
चलता है ना अंकल, छोड़ो ना।
अच्छा? अपनी सगी बहन के कंधे पे कभी हाथ फिसला है तुम्हारा?
ओ अंकल, हाथ था, फिसल गया, सॉरी बोलता है।
हाथ था, फिसल गया, सॉरी बोलता है। अरे थोड़ी शर्म करो।
पहुंचाए हर आवाज आप तक आज तक।
The human mind follows a typical sequence to process any message or ad. The message is designed keeping the communication models in the mind. The AI DCA model for catching the attention and creating interest and desire, and finally achieving conviction and action is the framework for structuring the ad. This is usually referred to as the AIDA model, where the desire and conviction are clubbed together as they happen simultaneously. We design the ad in such a way that every element in the ad is responsible for any one of the 5 functions. The sequence of the elements should be the same as the sequence of processing information. So we see that first something has to catch our attention and create an interest in pursuing the message. Further, a desire is created to know more and get information. The details about the brand convince the TA to take action. The action can be in terms of buying or a change in opinion or an attitude or an inquiry about the brand. So we use some visuals or mystery or even unusual sounds to catch the attention and create interest, and then the actual facts and details fulfill the desire for information and lead to conviction. The net result of all this is the response or action of the TA, and for this we give the company name, address, contact numbers or inquiry methods like helplines or SMSs or toll-free numbers.
आपका क्या ख्याल है? आप बनेंगे सुखी राम जी या फिर दुखी राम जी?
Another aspect of the creation and design of the ad is matching the design of the ad with the various media to be used for communication. So for print, the ad would contain more details and information. For electronic media, the ad would be more visual and demo-based, and jingles, songs, familiar faces can be used.
Get to your songs faster with new Nokia 5233. अब दिल की बात एक टच से सुनाओ.
For out of home, commonly now called OOH, the message has to be simple and bold in its design. According to the newly proposed double helix model or an advertising spiral, advertising is non-linear and achieves its effect over time within limited parameters of medium and message. The model points out that the time span over which media and message interactions occur is an important variable in the advertising environment. According to this model, the exposure to the advertising may result in attention, sometimes in interest, desire or action, but not in a linear sequence as AIDA. The helix structure is a useful metaphor for understanding brands, with one strand forming the physical and functional virtues and the other strand forming the emotional values of a brand.
अगर दाग लगने से कुछ अच्छा होता है तो दाग अच्छे हैं। सर्फ एक्सेल, दाग अच्छे हैं।
Ad effects are presented in this model as part of a continuous process rather than a series of steps oriented towards an end game of purchase or adoption. This model suggests that one ad, one exposure, even a single campaign cannot communicate the signals attached to the brands to create perceptions of value for the brand. Over time, the message gets related to the media, and the media vice versa gets related to the message. They influence each other and work on the mind of the people. For example, a brand that will advertise in well-known news magazines will acquire a good image because of the magazine. Over time, the magazine also gets a superior image because of the good brands that advertise in it. For creating the emotional and physical link with the brand, we also use a lot of sales promotion methods also. Any kind of incentives like discounts and freebies, events and functions, samples and trials all contribute to this attachment and connect with the brand, and in the long term achieve the result of perceiving the required image of the brand. This in totality completes the creative or message strategy for the advertisement of any kind. This study shows how the creativity in advertising is strategized and implemented. That is all for today. Thank you and take care. Goodbye for now.